He's a very young guy that's got a really strong passion for science, and he does a lot of his own experiments at home.
Is he royal nonsuch?
Yeah.
Well, we've been rolling for a while, by the way.
Yeah.
Why am I wearing this sweater? I lost a bet. Just kidding. It's ugly sweater day at Evike.com. And Matt didn't participate.
Oh, does this not count?
No, that's a good-looking
Just
sweater.
kidding, guys.
That's
This
a
is
good-looking
the,
sweater. That's a good-looking sweater.
Awesome new EMG jacket we have at Evike. I love it. It's a really nice jacket.
Keeps you warm?
Yeah. I wore the hood when it was raining. I took off the hood because it wasn't raining anymore.
Yeah, it rained for a good 12 hours
I don't know.
in
Did it?
California,
I was asleep for
roughly.
most of it.
You were asleep for most of it? You slept for 12 hours?
Well, last night. A good 9 hours of sleep. It was good.
9 hours of sleep?
Yeah.
That's a lot of sleep.
I sleep a lot. It's good for you.
That's like 8 to 9 hours. It's like
Yeah,
the amount
that's
of
like
sleep.
the amount you're supposed to
7
get.
hours is the perfect amount of sleep,
That's like
according
Is that
to
like
studies.
based in- really?
According to studies.
I want to see these studies.
About to Google that.
What's up, guys? Welcome
Ryan
to
is
the Not So
Google.
Round
While
Table.
Ryan Googles my fact, while Ryan is my fact checker.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that last one we did, Jenga. That worked out pretty well. I thought that was entertaining. I don't know that we're going to do that a lot just because of the
It was fun.
amount of
I
setup.
honestly
stuff
thought
it
like if
takes.
you Miguel had it at the end.
Oh, yeah.
He totally had it, and then it like
Genuine surprise on all of our faces when it almost worked. As per usual, comments and questions you've put in previous videos have now been collected into our helm of reasoning.
not very many questions.
Not
right
very
now.
many questions right now.
We need more.
George, would you like to start us off?
No.
7 hours and 13 minutes is the optimal sleep.
Where does that number come
There's
from?
actually like a couple studies according to Wall Street Journal.
Oh,
According to Wall
because they're really
Yeah.
spot on scientific.
No,
So the
but
idea,
they're
the
quoting-
concept behind it is like, let's say you're going to sleep at 11 o'clock. You should really be focused on trying to wake up at 6 o'clock.
All right. I am Pop-Tartswa.
A
I am Pop-Tartswa.
Okay.
Dear Insert, what type of bullpup gun would you recommend for a new airsoft player?
That's a tough one. Like
Tart
I mean,
21.
if you're a new airsofter and you really want to, not a lot of people are really into the bullpup style design.
True.
But I would say the most reliable and probably the most upgradable would be the AUG or the AUG.
AUG.
Because I mean, it's using a version 3 gearbox. It has a long barrel, relatively lightweight, relatively affordable.
Also true.
I think it has everything in there. I mean, there's very few other ones that you could really put in the same category. Maybe the Tavor, maybe the
That was my suggestion, is the Tarts 21, just because it's very similar to the bullpup in terms
Yeah.
of its features that are positive, and with the new rail system coming out, you've got expandability for accessories. So, lightweight, cost effective. The version 2 versus the version 3. Wait, no, Tart 21's a
proprietary.
yeah. Never mind, forget it.
But it uses version 2 parts. Anyway, Colleen Carr asked, Answer, I was wondering if it would be better to build a fully custom airsoft gun rather than buying a fully built airsoft gun. What is the best gun platform to build off of? I plan to build off an M4 platform. Well, you answered your own question in the end there about, I think that the M4 platform is the best to build from the ground up. How do you feel about building a gun from the ground up versus starting with something and... I mean, I don't understand. I mean, maybe if you want to do stuff to gearbox, that's completely different. Like start off with some. If you want to build a gearbox from the ground up, it's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of trial and error.
I think for me anyway, 5 or 10 years ago, the answer would have been very cut and dried. That it made more sense to build your own. Just because the quality of parts aftermarket were better than you could get OEM.
Yeah.
And I think arguably within the last 5 years, bringing us to current day, OEM manufacturers make such good products now that it's very difficult to make the argument that you could build one out of standalone parts for less money than buying one OEM and have it perform better.
I mean, there's just so many good guns on the market now that are utilizing very good internal features. Tons of brands to mention in that regard. Like, you can't isolate one single brand.
True that.
But, I mean, what's cool, too, is you could always start off with that. And if you mean build it up in terms of, like, adding different rails or adding different things, then there's a bunch of different options there. Externally, I'm referring only to the internal part about things. And if you start off with a good base gun, you could always build that up over time.
Absolutely. Good question. Next up, Joseph Ishmael asks, Dear Answered and possible guess.
Our guest is the snowman.
Yeah.
With a backwards hat.
In your opinion, what is a good indoor CQB loadout?
A belt.
Yep.
And like, if we're like let's think about it. Let's say you're going to Tax City tonight.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna play those type of games, which are basically like no more than 5-10 minutes,
Yeah.
if that. You need 2 mags.
Yeah.
1 gun.
Yep.
I'm saying a belt with like, a dump pouch, 2 or 3 magazine pouches, and that is it. And maybe
Yeah.
a pistol and a pistol holster. That is bare bones, cut and dry, fast.
And if you don't want to run a belt, chest rig.
Yeah, or
I
like a
wouldn't go
chest rig.
full-
Or if you want to do a plate carry, do like a minimalist plate carry with just 3 mags up, and that's it. And then like, keep it really lightweight, maneuver, because CQB is all about speed, maneuverability over anything else.
And since you're doing indoor CQB, knee pads.
Knee
For
pads.
sure.
Ones that slide.
I mean, even if they don't, kneeing down on BBs on
Yeah, it
concrete
hurts. It
sucks.
hurts. Kneeing down on concrete in general just sucks. I mean, I don't know about you. Like, I have bad knees. I don't know about you.
Mine are alright.
You're all right?
Yeah. Unless you're at Faded and you're going upstairs and downstairs for like 6 hours.
Illegal CX3. Interesting name. Are there any left-handed bolt actions out there? If so, do you carry them? I have no idea. Are there ways to swap out a bolt? The thing is, though, is I don't think there's real bolt action firearms.
I'm trying to think of a single case where I've seen a left-handed bolt action rifle.
I don't think I've seen one in real life, is my
Yeah.
thing. So if it's just like, since the airsoft industry is like gaining a lot from the gun industry, I don't know if that actually exists. Because, I mean, you think about it this way. If you're a left-handed shooter and you're shooting a bolt action gun, the only difference really is just how you work the bolt.
Right.
Instead of, you would basically be using your left hand to work the bolt versus your right hand, you would be doing the opposite.
What if you... So you wouldn't even shoulder left-handed? Because then you'd be...
No,
racking
if
a
you
bolt
shouldered
into the back of your-
left-handed, you would use your left hand over the bolt. Most people, or some people, use the right hand. It's all about how you're taught.
Yeah.
But you're just doing it in a different way. That's this thing about bolt action guns is there's, because you don't have to worry about the bullet casing coming out a specific direction at you. It really doesn't matter of what way the bolt functions.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I would just say practice. And the thing is, there are plenty of people out there who are left-handed, who are real gun shooters, who will probably be able to show you a technique.
If you guys in the comment section know of a left-handed bolt action rifle that we've forgotten, let us know. Because that's an interesting...
I don't. Can you think of any, Ryan?
I mean, I know they make models that are like left-handed. Like,
Rifles?
yeah, I mean, they just swap, like, just how they make left-handed AR uppers. They just eject from the other side.
Right.
Yes, but like I said, though, is those...
I mean, they're out there. I don't know how popular they are, but, I mean... I feel
For
like,
real firearms.
Yeah, but, like, not for airsoft. I don't know anybody that... Yeah, I don't know any airsoft left-handed guns.
My phone just beeped. Miguel wants something.
Ignore it.
All right. Miguel, interrupting insert even from another state.
On vacation.
On vacation. All right. Was that my question or yours? That was your
I
question?
asked that question.
All right, next up. Daniel Puente asks, how do you all feel about playing in an abandoned amusement park like Six Flags or Jazzland in
What's
New Orleans?
Jazzland?
I think it's in New Orleans.
Oh.
Six Flags Jazzland.
Oh, yeah.
Is it that place that Bo was talking about trying
Yeah.
to get, but he couldn't get?
Yeah. There's pictures
Is
of
it
it, too.
called Six Flags Jazzland?
I don't know.
Or is it Six Flags or Jazzland?
I think...
I think they were talking about one. There's some
Yeah, no, it
amusement
just
park
slash Jazzland. I don't think it was a Six Flags themed park.
Oh.
Because I would imagine that if Six Flags left somewhere, they would take a lot of the stuff with them. I mean,
Where would Six
when they
Flags
were
go? Just pack
No,
up
but
Goliath.
like you could sell the coasters to other parks.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they were going to do when Magic Mountain was going to close.
Oh, wait, but they saved Magic Mountain?
Magic Mountain was going to become a housing development, but then the housing market went
Oh,
downhill.
that's
So
right.
then
Of
they,
course
I
it
was wondering
was.
about that because I heard it was going to close.
Yeah.
But you can sell those to other parks?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's
I don't
just-
remember that
it's-
being a feature in Roller Coaster Tycoon.
What are you talking about? You can build the same coaster at any park.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't remember being able to sell it off when your coaster, when your park
They
failed.
they would like scrap it for like scrap.
They can theoretically be moved.
Sure. I
It's all
hadn't
about
thought
the
of it.
concrete fittings.
Yeah. No, he's right. I mean, you can pour a footing anywhere as long as the elevations are the right.
Yeah.
But to play in a
Well, yeah. So, so obviously, if it's an abandoned park, the coasters aren't functioning.
Yeah.
no,
We don't want a real Six Flags incident.
Yeah.
There are some people who've gotten injured at the theme park.
Damn it, Miguel.
That should be a hashtag.
Anyway, I think it already is. But yeah, dude,
That would be cool, but
yeah.
like I would say, like, wouldn't you kind of agree that maybe it would have the same novelty as playing in an abandoned water park like Ruckahula? And
Right.
keep in mind, Ruckahula was a really cool place to play at the first time.
Right.
It was an amazing event.
Mhm.
But then I think it's just kind of gotten more run down, so it's kind of lost some of that nostalgia that it had to it.
No, that's true.
I mean, I think that oversaturation is a thing with Airsoft.
But with regard to playing in and out of the kiosks and the queues and stuff, and especially if you live near the Six Flags, I'm basing my knowledge off the one near us. You know,
Nice
it's on
weapons.
hills and stuff, and you got a whole bunch of elevation changes. So I could imagine that would be exciting the first time.
I mean, yeah, you could basically reenact, you know, the book Rainbow Six by Tom Clancy. You know,
Yeah.
if you actually read the book and not just played the video game. The video game has nothing to do with the book other than some characters, but I mean that's just common knowledge from Tom Clancy. But like, you know, there's a amusement park part about it that makes any sense. What are you making faces at me, Ryan?
Nerd.
Hey, I mean,
How is reading a Tom Clancy? How is reading a book nerd?
Gotcha.
damn it!
What?
No, I just dropped the F-bomb for no reason. Because I was going to say, hey, F you, I've read Rainbow Six too. All 800 pages of it.
No, but it was talking about...
It's like 700 or 800. I can't
It's a
remember.
lot of
Yeah.
pages, and you know what? Tom Clancy books are like really hard books to get through.
Yeah, I read it in
sometimes.
junior high. It was a big mistake. I don't remember any of it.
I remember it. It's just his books, just his writing style it's not as bad as like a Tolkien writing style because Tolkien just over describes things to what?
Is it just dense?
It's just very dense, you know. But that
I
was
read,
just
Cryptonomicon in high school.
Great book.
that's a good one.
Not in high school, in elementary school. That was a mistake. I read the whole book. I don't remember what it was about.
What's his name? Neil.
Neil Patrickson
No,
Harrison.
no, not Neil Patrick Harris. Right?
I don't know.
No.
We're not talking about
Neil
Heineken commercials.
Stephenson.
Yeah, there you go.
Stephenson,
Yeah, Cryptonomicon's a great book.
Did
I
you
did
guys
try
see
to
his
read
new his new Heineken commercial?
No.
Oh yeah.
It was like he's like dressed as like Gandalf, and he says,
The
I
actor, not the
cannot
author.
legally dress up as Santa for an alcohol commercial, so I am such and such wizard or whatever."
Terrible.
It's horrible. It's horribly awesome.
I think it's you. Yeah, Neil Stevenson or something like that.
I think that's
He wrote another one called the. It's about pirates. Anyway, not important.
I think we kind of gone into depth about this before, but if it's a Dark Viper Airsoft, dear answer, what was the most experience you've had with a cheater?
We've kind of talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll joke that like my friend Gavin was a jerk to somebody once, but like that was more of him being jerks to us because we were playing against each other. But like, I mean, honestly, I really think that there's a lot less cheating in Airsoft than there actually is. Would you agree with that?
I think there's a really big difference between like genuinely not feeling a hit, you know, and someone like blatantly cheating on purpose. Like I feel like there's not a whole lot of blatant
I haven't seen.
non-hit calling, but
I
feel
have
like
not seen somebody blatantly cheating
Right.
on purpose in a long time.
right. Versus I think people just genuinely don't feel the hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's a plastic BB, you know, like, and that's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's a non-marking pellet.
That's why I've invented explosive babies.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
When did you invent this?
Yesterday.
Do you have a patent?
Ryan, tell him.
No patent?
Tell him, Ryan.
They're
I
Too
bought
late.
I bought a
not-
jelly
they're not legal.
I bought a Jelly Belly rolling machine. And then I took tannerite and baking powder and we rolled
I feel
BBs.
like tannerite.
Shut up. Shut up.
That's also illegal in
Yeah,
California.
I feel like tannerite would be like you put it in the rolling machine, it would just go off.
No.
No, it wouldn't.
No. But on impact it'll explode.
Isn't there a lot of like
No.
in a roll?
I have no idea. I've never actually.
I don't know. I've never tried to make explosive BBs.
Someone's gonna do that now. Don't do that.
It was a rolling machine.
Yeah, where do you get a Jelly Belly rolling machine is what I want to know.
The rolling machine right there.
The tannerite.
Tannerite.
Yeah. Everyone be very still. All right. Bogdan Marin asks, "Hey, Insert, how do you correctly breach and enter a room effectively?"
What you do is you jump through a window and then you roll. And then
pull a Ryan
you
Hasegawa is
you
what you
roll, and then you, as you're rolling, you draw your pistol and you shoot the guy in the face.
We're talking about getting in through windows.
No. How do you breach and enter a room?
Oh.
Yeah. How do you correctly breach and enter a room? We kind of talked. It's very similar to pieing a corner. If you watched our Jenga episode, all of us have different
You do
ways
it
of
as
doing
quickly
it.
as possible, and
Yeah.
you cover this as many sectors as quickly as possible,
Yeah.
and you have to be ready to shoot anything.
Also, you can look up breaching drills on YouTube all day, every day.
They'll be
and
able to
find-
explain it way better than I will be able
Absolutely.
to explain it, or Matt, or
Yeah.
Ryan, or Chris, or Miguel.
When in doubt, go through the window.
What we do
Yeah.
personally,
roll.
is we put Miguel in the front and we
Yep.
just kind of shove him through the door.
Yep.
Then he gets shot up, and then
Yep.
we shoot the people who are shooting at him.
We filter in behind him, grab his vest. Reminds me of that thing I did to Bo that pissed him off. So angry. I got so many war crime for that.
What'd you do?
When we breached the control room at Faded Giant, the first one we went to,
Mm-hmm.
Bo had gotten shot and he was walking towards me, and I grabbed his vest and I was like, "Hey, Bo, how's it going?" And I started moving his body as a meat shield, and he got upset. And he was like, "Hey, y'all, you can't do that!" And then he was like, "Who is this?" And he figured out it was me. And he was like, "Matt, damn it, that's a war crime!" And then stormed off. Sorry, Bo.
Ray Lou asked, "Your insert. How do you get that girlfriend into airsoft?"
Oh, I talked about this morning.
It's tough.
Yeah.
My wife's gone twice, and she doesn't enjoy it. She's never gonna go back.
Let her shoot you.
Yeah, she likes to shoot me. She doesn't like to play airsoft though.
Eventually, she'll
if
get
you
the
let her
taste
come, if
from
you
Milsim
let
blood.
if you let her shoot me, you'd be like, she'd all be like, yeah. But then the minute she's getting shot back, she's like, no.
Yeah, you just got to trick her after she's shot you. You just got to trick her into going and saying, "No one will be shooting at you. You just get to shoot at me," and then dump her onto the
And
other side.
however,
of the
there is some things you have to understand. Is there's some hobbies out there that some guys just want to be guy hobbies. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this.
field. I was gonna say, man.
No, but I'm
Trigger.
no.
Oh, man.
But here, think about it this way. Think about it this way. It's like if you have other friends who don't have a girlfriend, right? And like, let's say they're used to hanging out with you, and you bring your girlfriend, and then you're not paying attention. You're basically now in boyfriend mode, where you're not talking with your friends as you normally would interact with them. That takes away their experience, so it's ruining their hobby as well.
Okay, I got you. We just wouldn't invite that friend anymore. Like, if you want to bring your girl, like, that's cool. You guys can go airsofting, but we just won't invite you anymore.
Yeah, that's
If you're gonna
honestly
exclude the rest of the group.
Yeah, no, I that's what I'm saying is there's just some times where like if I'm gonna go play airsoft, I'm gonna play airsoft. Like I know my wife's not gonna go and she's not gonna want to go. It's the same thing with guns, with real shooting. It's the same thing with other hobbies of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
That's it.
fair enough.
Was that a good answer or was that a bad answer?
No, I mean, I think it's very what's it called? Subjective.
It's subjective. Yes, I mean there's some girls.
everybody's different.
There are some girls, wives, girlfriends that love to play airsoft,
Yeah.
and if they truly love to play airsoft and it's enhancing anybody's experience to go play airsoft, then yeah, for sure. But Matt's excited.
I've been in this situation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Avery Fry. All right, you want to make this the last question?
yeah. Let's make this last.
Last question, and this is a good question. Avery Fry asks, have you had any issues with police if pulled over and had gear and gun bags in the back? Love the show. Thanks.
I am thankful enough to only have stories of other people.
Yeah. Yep, I've been pulled over. For a vehicle infraction, I was doing more than the suggested miles an hour on a street. And they asked if I had any firearms in the car, and I said that I have airsoft guns, just so that there was no confusion. They opened the trunk, looking at them, let me go with a ticket, of course. But when I got home, one of my stocks was snapped in half, so
They snapped.
they
it.
snapped one of the stocks in half.
Maybe they did it to see if it was real or something like that, and they just tested its durability and broke it.
Never called to find out. Yeah.
I think if you follow the protocol of just kind of treating it like a real firearm, and then, I don't know about you, but if I have a firearm in the car, I usually change my driving habits a little bit while I have a firearm in the car.
Oh, you gotta go faster. And you hit things on the way.
Exactly what Matt said. Yeah, do
So you
that.
gotta figure most Mustang drivers have guns. This is a good episode.
I see what you're going with that. That's pretty good. I don't own a Mustang, so I don't know who you're making fun of, but
Used to though.
No.
I never had a Mustang.
No.
I never had a Mustang.
Before.
No, I helped out with my friends.
Yeah.
My friend Saline, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never actually personally owned it.
He helped to build one.
What did you have before?
I have my Ford Escape,
Yeah,
which is my
before that.
wife's car technically. I had a Scion XA that I gave to my sister.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
And before that, I had a pickup truck. And then before that, I had a crappy Nissan Maxima. Before that, I had a Chevy Sprint, if you know what that is.
Wow.
This is when I was 16.
That's a good car.
No, it wasn't. It's a horrible car.
It's a good car.
It got rear-ended by a VW Bug, and it destroyed the Bug.
Yeah.
And still got totaled because it was only worth like $1,200. Not even that.
Was it white? Was it?
No,
a
it
white
was
Sprint?
red. It was
Oh, okay.
red. It
Yeah.
was my sister's car, and then I was given it by my parents when I turned 16, and then, yeah, it was a horrible car. And then that Maxima was like just as bad. At least it had power though. And then my truck was nice until some people decided to steal it. It wasn't that nice of a truck. Like I'm saying, like it was like an '88, but
An 88 one.
Nissan pickup.
Oh, a hard body.
A hard body.
Great trucks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And the guy stole it and ruined it. Like, it sucked. But, that's when I bought my XA, and then I gave my XA to my sister, and then now I just drive my wife's car.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in for another successful insert. I'd say this one was most successful because we got George to talk about cars, finally. It was a good day.
Yeah, I'll tell you, BMW suck.
What? This is going so well. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any future questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section down below so they can go into the helm of reasoning.
Yeah, we need some questions, guys. We got about 12 left, so submit some good questions. Obviously, we'll go through and we'll add some good ones to that. We won't let Chris do it anymore. And, yeah. He's looking at it. He's so bad right now.
And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, guys.